Hello everybody, my name is Benji and welcome back to Mindustry. We're still in tar fields, we're catching right off where we stopped. I literally hit stop record, edited the title of the video that got saved to my files, and then hit record again. So we're straight back in with tar fields. We've got a lot ahead of us in this lovely episode. First things first, we need walls. And I think I'm going to end up doing the walls here. I don't really want a gap, so here. And then we'll fill in some of this empty space just so that we can't get shot through empty space. Because they will do that. If we don't cover this, they will shoot through the, like, environmental walls in order to hit us. So we're just going to cover all of the bases that we possibly can, and we'll get to this part last since it has our temporary defenses in it. Now we're just going to fill in all of the space that didn't get filled yet. Very efficient stuff, I'm aware. Just like that. And then we're going to double up on the thickness on the main wall section right here. And we'll do that as well. Because we will eventually have flyers coming in, and since the flyers are going to come in from up here and beeline it for the core, we need to make sure that we've got plenty of space ready to go. With our drones, this wall will be in lickety-split. Not gonna lie, even with the drones, that took some time, but not for you guys, because you guys have the wonderful magic of editing, saving you from any sort of monotonous task that I might need to do. Okay, now we can actually start working on the defense portion of things, and we're going to have a combination, I have decided, of swarmers and ripples. So we're going to end up having a row of swarmers, just like this, just like that, with these guys in between, just like that, and then directly behind them we're going to have a row of ripples with the same sort of stuff going on. I'll have to move this power line out of the way. It's going to take a while to build. And then we're also going to have mend projectors here, just in between every one of those. And then we're also going to come up here, and wherever one of these is, offset by 1 to the right, we're going to put another mend projector. Just like that. And we'll put another one here as soon as that gets deconstructed. And then what we're going to do is run power lines after we run the ammo belts. We'll do a couple other cool things as well. First, we gotta wait for all of this to go away, just like that. There we go, we're good. We're gonna get rid of some of this power line stuff so that I can have a separate circuit for the wall and a separate circuit for the production chain, just like that. We're gonna move that like I said we were going to. We'll have a router here because the ammo is going to be coming in from that direction. And then we're going to have just this titanium belt going the whole way across. And then with this one, we'll have the belt going over top of the mend projectors. Then we'll have a power nub next to each of those. It'll be here for these ones. We're going to have to figure out a way to connect them all together, like this. And there we go. One section of wall completed. Now we have to fill in all of this space. I'm going to go figure that out. You guys will see the finished product, and then we're just going to breeze through some waves. I decided to add in some cyclones as a little bit of a last resort, but at this point we're running the blast into our defensive line. I added some more swarmers up here, just in case, just kind of as like a little bit of a first line, other than the stuff that's going to be up here that'll be a actual first line, which I'm going to figure out once this is all supplied with ammo and we don't have any imminent enemies on their way. The Cyclones take blast, luckily, so we didn't have to edit our system in any way. I do still need to figure out a way to get the blast down here. Haven't really thought of that yet. I think I might have to run it through the system. So let's actually figure that out right now as we speak. Like that. Like that. And then we'll actually put the router there, run it there. Get rid of the spaghetti. No, stop. Run the belt. And then we'll get rid of that as well, because we're not going to need it anymore. Okay, now that that's done, we can actually figure out this top section. And this top section is going to try to have some water cooling, I think would be cool to have. Right now, though, we need to get a wall in place. There we go, just like that. That's perfect. And then we'll beef it up a little bit more, just to make doubly sure nothing stupid happens. And then this is going to be primarily composed of just ripples. Also, doesn't look like I'm going to be able to water cool this. It's going to be too messy and complicated for me to try water cooling it. So we're not going to try water cooling it. And then just for good measure, we'll add in some Cyclones. The Cyclones can be water cooled by the look of things. Just gotta add, I don't know, can't put a liquid tank. I don't know, we'll do that, like that, like that, and then we'll do it for this Ripple as well, because he's a good boy. And that is that. I just need to build it, and then we can go through some wave slaughtering together. It has been done. It has been completed. Finally. We're just waiting on ammo now. Like, we're done. Like, actually entirely done with this zone. We're literally just waiting on ammo to be produced right now. Oops, that's an underflow gate. I wanted an overflow gate. That way it gets the power first, but then whenever the power is not using it, it'll go toward ammo production. Because ammo production is very importante. This whole section up here is good to go. This section here is good to go. This section here is good to go. It's really just this section down here that doesn't have all the ammo it needs yet. Now, we probably won't get to see a swarmer activate, at least not for a while. So I'll just go on ahead and hop into one and show you what it does. It does that, and the ammo actually homes in on whatever you're shooting at. So it will basically be a heat-seeking missile. And the Cyclone is literally just a better version of the Scatter. Much better version, in fact, because the Scatter can take Metaglass as its highest damage dealing whatever it is, whereas the Cyclone can take Surge Alloy, which is hyper expensive and not worth it, in my opinion, to use as ammo, but does do some wonders at the same time. Those guys make me nervous. And I don't yet have the multiplicative reconstructor. I'm currently working on the multiplicative reconstructor, and now I have it. And we're going to go on ahead and research the quasars and start working on them, because quasars are basically portable shield generators, as you just saw there. They quite literally are portable shield generators. So we're actually going to go work on that. We're going to need, well, everything that we can find at the core. That's what we're going to need, and we're just going to do that. Yeah, we already have everything that we need from these guys. So let's get rid of everything. That's not good. I did not think that would happen, for whatever reason. I guess I just didn't think. Here come the drones, so this will go faster. And then let's take a look at what we need. We're going to need a ground factory. Then we're going to need the additive reconstructor. Then we need the multiplicative reconstructor, which is a big frickin' boy. Absolutely large. And then we're going to need that tree, the Nova tree. So lots of silica is going to be needed for this. I might honestly just take the silica here as an underflow and just have two of them. One going to here, one going to the other two. Then what we can do is add an unloader, unloading graphite, come up and above, over and in to the additive reconstructor, have two more unloaders right here, one for lead, one for titanium, because those are the other two materials that we need, and then have the final unloader right here for the metaclass that's going to go straight into the multiplicative reconstructor. I know, it's one hell of a word. Also, add an overflow with the titanium, because we need more titanium here at the end. Oh, I see what's happening. I was like, it should just be putting all of the silica in. I was having it backfeeding by accident, that's my bad. Alright, Nova's gonna come out. We've seen the Nova before. I've messed around just ever so slightly with it, but not a whole bunch. And then the Nova is going to be upgraded in the tree to the Pulsar, which we've seen. Have we seen the Pulsar? I don't know if we've seen the Pulsar, but I'm not deconstructing the multiplicative reconstructor right now. I really hate saying that word over and over again, but it's also a lot of fun. And then the multiplicative reconstructor is going to build the Quasar as a final product. Something in the research tree that I haven't really discussed yet is something that lets you essentially overclock buildings. It's basically like the same thing that we have in Satisfactory that lets us overclock. I don't know where it is. I think it might be here. Impact 0078, which is one of the end game areas. We'll figure that out later. Right now, we're about to get ourselves a Quasar. Well, I don't really want to go all that far already. What I do want, though, is to have them automatically go to a rally point, eventually. And there he is, the Quasar, which has a shield and some shield health. We're going to be putting those guys dotted around the system just as an added measure of protection. We're going to rally them so that he starts making his way downtown up to the wall. Then we can position them better once they're actually up here. So what is going on with you? There we go. There we go. Make that way more efficient. Can't believe it took me that long to figure out it wasn't efficient. There go the artillery, doing the job. Cyclone's doing the job as well. I think I'm going to replace this wall with another one of these, like so. Because that will heal that guy really quickly. Can't wait until we get the overclock. But what I can do is I can inhabit this guy and actually fly him up to his new home. His new home is going to be right up here. And now he's just gonna chill. I can inhabit one of these guys as a little bit of a chain, so I don't have to go the whole way back to the core and then the whole way back up. And then we're going to take this second guy, his brother, through the swarm. We can position him right there. Very nice. Very nice, and we've got more producing all the time. So I'm going to keep on going with these guys. I'm going to get them set up in key strategic positions. I'm probably going to put another one up here and then a couple just dotted around the rest of the system. And I'll just bring you in every time there's a wave so you can see what happens. Oh, they're also going to shoot and defend. Mwah. Look at that. Beautiful. I'll see you guys in the next wave. Well, I just missed a second wave because I'm moving units around, but we've got a couple more shield guys. 2 more here, 2 more here. I'm in the middle of putting this guy in where he's supposed to go. Should have had another one by now. There he is. They take a long time to produce. I don't really know what the crafting time is on each of these things. Nova is a 40-second craft time in the ground factory. That's a 10. So 50 plus another 30 is 80 seconds. So a minute 20. Basically a minute and a half to get from start to finish, from Nova to Quasar. That is no small feat. That's like a wave, basically. A minute 20 is like the time in between waves, just about. So we're going to wait for this guy to get up here, and then I'm actually going to show you how far the units are getting, which you can kind of see the scorch marks, but scorch marks doesn't do it justice. You want to see it actually firing. I know I would. And here they come. Guardian approaching in 10 waves. So we're going to have our stuff cut out for us here soon. There go the artillery, early fire. Cyclones now. And down they go. I took a decent bit of damage there. But it's fine. Smile. It is totally fine. You may be wondering why I haven't covered that yet. It's because they'll actually start to walk away if they can pathfind back to this. So all these guys are technically stuck right now. If they needed out of there for whatever reason they would want to get out of their position, I'd have to deconstruct something or get into them to make them fly themselves out. And I don't feel like doing that. So they get to stay. But if I were to put somebody, like let's say this guy, and put him down here, like I want the shields covering the cyclones, and then I get out, he's going to walk back to the beacon. We don't want him walking back to the beacon, we want him in the wall. Just like that. Pew pew! Those crawlers, man, they do not fuck around. Even the swarmers had to get involved on that one. Whew, 9 more waves. I'm moving a unit up, and we've got another wave coming in. This guy's just kind of extra security. Extra stability. These guys, by the way, the Quasars, are actually really good to lead groups of units into battle. So whenever we end up doing our next attack wave, which I don't really actually know when, I think probably Planetary Launch Terminal will be the next time we use these guys on the offensive. Well, technically the only time we use these guys on the offensive. But whenever that occurs, oh, he's the last one. Cool, so now I can just have them idle. And I can put this guy where he's supposed to go, which is right here, blocking off that last little section. And then we're good to just start skipping through waves. Everything is set up in its complete and entire fashion. This guy, once he's finished building, is just going to back up so he's ready to go whenever somebody else dies. Perfect. There's one more thing I wanted to do, though. And that's mess around with yet another multiplicative reconstructor guy. So let's go on ahead and get him ready. And we're going to do that right here. We'll replace the power. The plower? Yes, we'll replace the plower, Benji, of course. Sorry. There is another one of these guys at the end of the mono tree, which goes around. It can carry small blocks and small units, which is fun, and it repairs damaged structures automatically, which is pretty freaking phenomenal. But right now we're going to set this up in a very similar way as before, where we're going to have the silica coming from a couple of underflow gates, just like so. However, this time, we're just going to grab... Well, actually, you know what? We'll do this instead. Because that'll work for that. And then the titanium's going to come up. Wow, lots of routers, or junctions, rather. Like that. And then the lead will just go straight in. It should get every resource where it's supposed to go. Ooh, didn't think about that. There we go. Look at all those junctions. So many junctions. But it is working. This is getting lead, it's getting metaglass, it's getting silica. This is getting silica, and it's getting that. This is getting silica, and it's getting lead. I meant to say graphite when I said that, but you understood. And now we just wait. It'll be done before the next wave. I'll just chill down here. See you guys in a minute. It was not finished before the next wave. Because the next wave is here, and I don't think it actually got finished. It's probably going to get finished like right now. I don't actually see it, so I don't even know if it did get finished. And there we go. All done. There it is. The Mega. So the payload is using the same button I have as mute on my Discord. But it can pick up these 2x2 blocks and put them down. And if I'm not mistaken, it can pick up the quasars and put them down. They're pretty fun. They just kind of go around and repair your broken structures and stuff, or repair damaged structures, rather, I should say. So he's going to be nice to have around as these things take damage. Both the mender and he is going to be healing my blocks and my units and stuff. Well, I don't know if he heals units, but he definitely heals blocks. So he's going to be nice to have around, and we're just going to be absent-mindedly producing an entire fleet of them. I love this game. Being able to just produce fleets upon fleets of things, feel like a god, an overpowered god. We're going to look at the tech tree, because there's this cool thing, the impact reactor, which does a whopping 78,000 power per second, and to start the process, it does a lot. It uses blast compound and cryo fluid. And if you don't supply it with enough cryo fluid, it will explode. Fun fact. They're a lot of fun. Guardian approaching in 5 waves. Really? You gonna send those pitiful units at me? So look at him go. Look at them all go. Nobody's getting through me. Nobody's getting through our defenses. Let's keep going. They've had enough time to recuperate. All of these are still backed up. Look at that. They do run away from danger until they're actually required. So they won't die accidentally. Oh, I'm gonna die. Like that, they won't do that. They won't pull a Benji and just die for no reason. And just get chill over here. Let's go. Again. Pitiful. Pitiful crawlers. Yet they're the only things that can actually make it to the swarmers. Sad. Very sad. I just love seeing the artillery firing. It's so satisfying. I just love hearing the sound, just the thunk, 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 thunk. Love it. Guardian approaching in one wave. I'm assuming it's going to be a big version of these guys, because I've been seeing them a lot. Might be a big version of the crawlers. Well, we've been seeing Spyracts, so it would be the next one from the Exponential Reconstructor, which we don't have access to yet. Tier 4, I believe, is what they are. Because there's the Tier 1 unit, Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4, and then there's a Tier 5 as well. Alright. Y'all ready for this? I'm ready for this. 2, 1. There's the Guardian. It's a big version. Oh, it's a Tier 4 of the Quasar. Oh, it's a portable meltdown. There it is, the portable meltdown. Yeah. Whew. That was close. That was actually close. Look how far it made it. So that's the Tier 4 unit. That's what they do. Let me go around and just kind of heal everyone. Because, fun fact, that's what these guys can also do, other than just being my builder drones. They can heal other units by staying in their vicinity. It's very handy. Very handy. Like this guy, the Quasar? He'll be healed over time now. It's amazing. Their capabilities. I missed. Just like that, the zone is ours. Whew! That was something else, man. That was something else. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun to do. Great stuff. Just great stuff. Just great stuff. What else is next? Oh, Impact. There's Impact 007. Also, we should have more stuff in the tech tree. The Phase Weaver. Phase Fabric production is a thing that's unlocked to us now. We can do Phase Fabric. Probably not going to do Phase Fabric here. We might actually go back to our main production hub, 133. Because 133 has a bunch of thorium and a bunch of sand that I haven't tapped into yet. Fun fact, that's what you need for the Phase Weaver. 10 sand every 2 seconds. So a full belt of sand can run 2 of these guys. Which is why we're going to do 4. Over here. What was the count on the thorium, by the way? 4 thorium every 2 seconds. So 2 thorium per second. 8 for 4 of these. Yeah? Yeah. So full belt of thorium. Grabbed. And then we can use the silica, kind of. You know, we'll just do it again. We'll just do it over again. Router, 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 router. Router, 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 router. That. Actually, that's not how that works. Like that. Titanium belt. Whole bunch of titanium belts. In goes that. Grab the sand. 2 full belts of sand. Make it look nice. 1 of these. Full belt of sand. Full belt of sand. 1 of these. And grab the belt. Run her home. And I'll get this up and producing, then we'll call it a day. It has been completed. We used the surge towers yet again. There goes the sand. Here comes the thorium, which should be a full belt. Why is that not a full belt? I don't know why that's not a full belt. That should be a full belt. Also, I think I'm going to make these underflows, just to make sure things are working properly. Why is this not a full belt? We'll add another one. Now it's a full belt. And now we can copy this schematic. Phase. Minus 1,200 units of power. I'm out of power now. Ha! Didn't see that coming. Well, I'll fix that on my off time. For now, we've got phase completely and entirely ready to go, except for the fact that I didn't actually sort this. This needs to let phase through and not let sand through, because it was inevitable for me to accidentally put sand on this belt, unfortunately. But now that we have phase, we can do phase walls, large solar panels, RTGs, more processing stuff that I never use, phase conduit, phase conveyor. Still not seeing that overclock thing. I'm assuming it's here, which is the Impact 007, which is next up on our list. That is the next zone we are going to be conquering. And then after that, we'll do Nuclear Production Complex, Desolate Rift, and I don't see Planetary Launch Terminal, but that's going to be after that. But that is going to be all for today's episode, so thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. It's great being back in Mindustry, and it's great recording something that's not like a 10-minute Friday Night Funkin' video. I actually have to put some effort into these instead of just hitting record and going. But anyway, without further ado, adios, sayonara, au revoir, hasta la vista, das vidania, wiedersehen, ciao, goodbye, have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next one. Later.